Well, hello there. How's it going? So I just crossed the border into Oklahoma a few minutes ago. I've only been driving for about 45 minutes maybe. And I am approximately 3 hours from the house. Depends on how fast I'm willing to go. I got the cruise set at 73 right now. I'm on the toll road on 44. The speed limit's 75. I'm not really feeling like going 75. I just drove through a bit of a rainstorm, and there's a decent amount of traffic on the road. And I'm going at a speed where the four-wheelers are still passing me. It's not constant, but I'm also not constantly passing other people. So I think I'm in a good speed right now where I'm able to maintain some good space. So who knows? If it gets wide open road on the other side of Tulsa, I might kick it up to 75. But so what's going on? I'm on the way to the house. Well, let's talk about this first, and then I'll talk about my day. I'm really looking forward to getting home and vegging out this weekend, playing some Diablo 3. Now, there is a bunch of work that I need to do when I'm at home because my receipts for my tax stuff, I have all that filed away at my house, and I need to rescan all of that stuff into my tax service because they said that they need every page of the receipt. I thought that they only needed the little thing that said how much I paid, but they said the IRS needs the itemized version of the receipt that shows what the money was used for and the amount of money and all that stuff. So I've got to rescan everything in. I think I have to rescan in some of the stuff that I have here in the truck. And one of these videos I'll probably show you my crude way of keeping track of my receipts. And there's a whole ton of receipts that I forgot about that I need to scan in. Like all the money that I've spent on my 2290s, I've spent probably, oh my goodness, probably $700 on the one that I just got, and the one before that was like $150. So probably between $800 and $1,000 that I've spent on just filing 2290s. That's tax deductible. Pretty sure. And I forgot about those. I haven't scanned those in. I need to do my cell phone bills, and I have 2 cell phone bills. There's a whole bunch of other bills that I haven't, like my tuition, my student loan payments. I need to file those. And what else? I don't know, there's just a whole bunch of stuff that I need to file. I need to come up with a list. And also there's probably some handmade receipts I'm going to have to do, because I asked them how the hell do I file for stuff like doing laundry out on the road. There are places that you don't get receipts. And they said that I should go buy receipts and handwrite my own receipts. So I'm going to have to buy a receipt book and handwrite my own receipts for stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, I have a ton of work that I need to do while I'm at home. I need to. Other things I need to do is just general, some basic maintenance on the truck. I need to check the tire pressure. I haven't checked the tire pressure since I had this thing inspected 2 or 3 weeks ago. So, and the tire pressure was at 100 psi when I bought the truck, and that's where it's been the whole time I've had it. And I want to go up to 110. So I need to. But the thing about tire pressure is, it has to be done after the truck's been setting for a while. Because if you try and check tire pressure right after you finish driving, the pressure's going to be really high. Yeah, it takes a long time for these tires to cool down. So I want the tire pressure when the tires are cool to be 110. But I need to read up on this specific brand of tire and everything and make sure that 110 psi is okay. It should be. These are Firestone. At some point, I think I need to get a Goodyear account because I hear that the Goodyear account for tires is really amazing. I think the ComData MasterCard that I have can be used for that. I don't know. That's something I like. There's so much stuff that I need to get information on. I don't know of any maintenance discounts that I get through USA Truck, but I know that ComData MasterCard that I have, I can get some crazy, like I know that card itself gives really good discounts for maintenance, for getting, work done. So, but I don't know how I can use it. If I can't use their card for discounts, then I'll have to get my own ComData MasterCard. Discounts. That's something that's on my to-do list. Getting gusty back and forth wind, and it caught me on one. I almost went into the left-hand lane. It's like swirling wind right now. But I'm really looking forward to getting home and playing some Diablo 3. It's a video game made by Blizzard, who's owned by Activision. Every time I see somebody whip onto the interstate like that, it reminds me of that that Miley Cyrus song Wrecking Ball or whatever. Came in like a wrecking ball. These damn four-wheelers. Speed limit 75. I'm going 73 in this damn four-wheeler. Just wanted to get out and pass everybody. Slow-ass four-wheelers just whip out in front of a vehicle that's going faster than them so they can pass somebody. There's a fireworks show going off over to the left. I don't think you can see it. I don't know what town we're next to. Maybe it's not a fireworks show. Maybe it's just some hillbilly that has access to professional grade explosives. It's probably highly likely. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I live in a pretty nice neighborhood in northwest Oklahoma City. That dumbass four-wheeler is just sitting there going slow again, blocking the left-hand lane. What a jackass. You see that pickup truck? I don't know if you can see it, but there's a pickup truck. That same four-wheeler that cut me off and was going slow is just chilling out in the left lane, blocking the left lane. And there's a pickup truck riding about 3 inches off his bumper trying to push him out of the way right now. And he will not get out of the left lane. That four-wheeler is still just hanging in the left lane. He was going really slow when he was beside this truck. And then as soon as he made it past this truck, he sped up so that pickup truck couldn't get around him. And he's probably going to slow down again once he gets next to that other pickup truck, or that other truck up there. he was going really fast. You see how much distance they have on me right now? They were going really fast. And now he finally moves over to the right-hand lane. They were going really fast. Once he made it past that truck, and that pickup could have passed him on the right, then he sped up so that pickup couldn't pass him. I hate dickheads like that. There's fireworks going off all over the place. I wish that you could, like, see a wider view, but, like, it's not like one fireworks show. There's, like, they're half a mile apart on these fireworks going off all over the place. They're just everywhere. There's at least 3 or 4 people shooting off fireworks over to my left, 3 or 4 different groups of people. And some of these are some pretty big fireworks, like professional quality, like fireworks. The big ones. Over to my right, I'm not seeing too many. I've seen a couple go off over to the right. And then some of the flashes you might be seeing, I'm not sure if you can. It's lightning because there's a storm that I hope we made it out of. But, okay, so I still haven't really gotten to talk about what I'm looking forward to doing this weekend about Diablo 3. Also, I haven't really talked about my day yet, because there's so much shit going on right now. There's one on the right, 2 on the right. I think there's 2 groups of people, or maybe it's one person shooting off fireworks on the right, and I can see like 3 on the left. And these are all different people because they're so far apart. They're at least like a half mile to a mile apart. A bunch of people, groups of people, probably like families or whatever, partying it up on the 4th of July weekend. I love the idea behind the 4th of July, celebrating our independence. I think it's, I don't like fireworks. I don't like the idea of giving people explosives, especially kids, and tell them to go have fun. I don't like that. But the 4th of July itself, I love the idea behind the 4th of July, celebrating our independence, remembering how we came to be, how this country came to be, how we're so privileged right now with our freedoms and our opportunities. With freedom comes the opportunity of success and failure. And if you try to get rid of failure, you're going to get rid of freedom. But that's another discussion. But anyway, I love celebrating where we came from and our independence. And this Schneider's hauling ass. I think he's going 70. I'm going 73. Speed limit 75. I'm slow passing. I'm actually going to hit the throttle and speed up a little bit to get by a little bit quicker because I don't like slow passing. That's one of the benefits of, I keep saying that I'm not governed, but that's not true. I am governed. This truck is governed in 87. I am probably never going to hit the governor. That's really fast for a truck. It's basically ungoverned because I'm never going to go 87 with this truck. We're going to cruise on by Schneider here. But yeah, I love the idea of celebrating and remembering our independence. I think it's critical that every generation understand what it took to have what we have. Because whenever they start taking for granted that this is just, how things are and this is easy, and stuff like that, then they start becoming lax, and we start coming up with materialistic people that just think that people are innately good and that we should just be really nice to everyone in the world, all the governments, all the dictators, and we don't have to fight for freedom. We can lose everything that so many people died for, so many people fought for. There are a lot of brave people that came before us to give us the opportunities and the freedoms we have today. And I'm terrified that we're going to have a generation that gives it all away. Because nothing we have was given to us. People died for us to have what we have in this country. A lot of people died. We fought many wars to maintain our freedom. And it's an ongoing battle. So I really like the idea behind the 4th. And I hope that people actually review history and look into it instead of just getting drunk and blowing up explosives. But I'm looking forward to getting home and playing some Diablo 3. After talking about Diablo 3, you know what? I'll come back to Diablo 3. Let's do my day real quick. So, when I started trip planning this, whenever I grabbed this load a couple of days ago, I thought that I would be home at approximately 3 a.m. And I think I mentioned it in my video where I said, you know, that where I gave that ETA, that was a conservative estimate. It was a very realistic estimate, but it was a little bit conservative. I could easily shave off, excuse me, I had a burp. I could easily shave off 2 or 3 hours on that time if I didn't have any delays, or I could be later than that time if I had any delays. Well, it looks like I'm going to be about 3 hours earlier than that 3 a.m. ETA. It looks like I'm going to be getting to Oklahoma City at approximately midnight. So I'll probably be at my house around 1 a.m. Do not drive into smoke. Sorry, a bunch of signs. I think there's a toll plaza coming up. Bonita traffic, pay at exit. All other traffic, pay at toll plaza, 15 miles. So yeah, looks like I'm going to be getting to Oklahoma City about 3 hours earlier than expected. And I could have shaved off a lot more time than that. I probably could have been there 2 hours earlier than that if I didn't have any issues with my ELD. And I could have shaved a half hour off at Kimberly Clark if that place wasn't so tight. Like, it's a really small place, and they're trying to use every inch of space they can at that Kimberly Clark in Romeoville, Illinois. And it is really tight in there. So, it was really tight. It was a pain in the ass. Really, really tight. Really tight. Let's just leave it at that. And I'm in a... This is one of the trade-offs for having this truck, is this truck's a little bit longer than a normal truck. A normal sleeper, I think this truck is like 7 inches longer than a normal sleeper. Like the T670, the normal sleeper version of this, I think this truck's 7 inches longer than that. So, I'm not as bad as some of those really long-nosed Pete's or Kenworths, one of those old school trucks. I'm not as bad as one of those, because those, not only are those trucks a lot longer than other trucks, they also have terrible turning radius. So they're dealing with two things. I would hate to have to try to maneuver one of those into a tight spot. This thing luckily has a really good turning radius. It's a little bit longer truck, but it has a really good turning radius. So it's still fairly maneuverable. I don't notice a big difference putting this thing in spots. But there, you might be able to see those fireworks. There's like 2 different fireworks displays going off almost straight ahead. They look like they're about a quarter to a half mile apart. You see that big red one right there? And I think there's one to the right of it and one to the left of it. Yeah, there's one over to the left that just went off. But you should be able to see those. But I've got the quality of this video set so low that I don't know how much of it you can make out. But it looks like the interstate's turning to the right up here, but the fireworks are going off like straight ahead. But okay, so I plan on stopping for the night in Stratford, Missouri. Well, I was thinking about stopping there for the night, but I was going to fuel in Stratford, Missouri. And I was going to have about 2 hours left on my drive time when I made it there. And I got to thinking, I was like, you know what? Stratford, the exit for the TA in Stratford is like mile marker 90. Somewhere in that area. I can't remember exactly the mile marker for it. But I do remember that there was a TA truck stop at mile marker 46, which is Mount Vernon, Missouri. And I got to thinking, you know what? I could probably just drive to that next TA and stay there for the night instead of stopping to get fuel and then getting back out on the road and driving for another hour, hour and a half trying to find a spot to pull over. So I had to stop and take an extra 30-minute break. I took like 3 30-minute breaks in my last drive shift because of the ELD issue. And because it kept interrupting my 30s with drive time and stuff whenever the telematics kicked back in. But anyway, I went ahead and pushed on past Stratford and made it to Mount Vernon at mile marker 46 on I-44 in Missouri, and fueled up and parked it there for the night or the day. And that's where I left from today. I think I still had 45 minutes left on my drive time when I stopped there, but I didn't really want to deal with trying to, getting back out on the road for just like 30 minutes. And I would have been able to hop out on the road for like 30 minutes, and I would have been desperately looking for a place to pull over and stay for the night. So I just decided to hang out there for the night. And it left me 4 hours away from Oklahoma City. I've been driving for about an hour, maybe. Let's see, it's 9:44 or 46. I can't see very well. Yeah, I've been driving for like exactly an hour because I left at like 8:45, maybe 8:50. So maybe I've only been driving for about 50 minutes. I can't remember when I left because I remember I set my alarm for 8. That's when my 10 was up, and I just laid in bed for an extra 30 minutes before I finally got up. So I left 30 minutes late. There's a big one straight up ahead. So I left like 30 minutes late. I started doing my pre-trip at like 8:30, 8:40, somewhere in that area, and I left about 10 minutes after that. So I'm probably about 3 hours away from Oklahoma City right now. Whenever I stop the video, my Google GPS will give me my ETA. That's pretty much it. I dealt with blinding rain earlier today before I took my 10, and then when I started my day, like within the first few minutes, I was dealing with rain again. It wasn't quite blinding rain, but it was pretty heavy rain. but I think I've made it onto the other side of the storm now. And, it's good driving right now. I'm still only going 73. And the road has gotten really good, and there's not nearly as much traffic. I think I might bump it up to 75, which is what the speed limit is. Make a little bit better time. But I'm afraid to bump it up because I'm in a really good space right now. I'm not catching up with people, and people aren't passing me a lot. There is some truck coming up on me. It's catching me. He's probably going 75 or more. But I'm not passing or getting passed by a lot of people. And that's kind of like how I like to set my speed, is at a point where I can maintain space and not pass or get passed a lot. Just kind of like ride in between packs of cars. So now let's get on to Diablo 3. Because I think that's about it for my day that I can think of. Diablo 3. Diablo! Season 21 hype. I'm kind of burnt out on gaming, so I'm just really hyped at anything right now. I love starting over. I love new stuff. So the way that they do seasons in Diablo is great for somebody like me, because once you get to that point in a game where you're not getting rewarded very often, like you've already got really good gear, and it's going to be really hard to find any better gear, and getting another Paragon level or another level in general, or basically whenever you get to the point in a game where the rewards start becoming very infrequent, you don't get any kind of upgrade or reward for a day or a week. I get kind of burnt out on games when I get to that point. I don't like grinding without any reward. So whenever the game is new and you're making a level every minute and everything's an upgrade and you have so much to look forward to because you haven't gotten anything yet, that's when I like games the most. That's when I have the most enjoyment, is right at the beginning of a game. So the seasons, I've always thought about stopping at this little like come and go truck stop, whatever it is, and I've never ever stopped here. I probably could have made it here last night, and this could have been my stopping point. I'll need to remember this for the future. I don't think I could have made it all the way there, because I only had like 45 minutes left, and I've been driving for almost somewhere in the ballpark of an hour. So I think I would have come up about 15 minutes shy to make it to that place. But I haven't figured out which class I'm going to play in Diablo. I'm torn between a demon hunter and a barbarian. I'm sure that I'm going to end up playing both. And, I'll probably play one when I feel like playing that one, and then the other one when I feel like playing that one, because they're two very different play styles. I really, really like the Demon Hunter's multi-shot build. It's the most fun build in the game to play. Because it's such a huge AoE. It hits everything on the screen. And it's got good mobility. It's just, you can clear areas so fast with that. It's so easy. I mean, you don't really have to, it's not a ton of button mashing. So, I don't know, like, I'm trying to, like, I need to make a decision before I make it to my house about which class to start the season with. Which one is going to ramp up fastest? Which one am I going to get to a point with where I'm going to be able to do my GR70 so that I can unlock primal drops and that's the Loves that I was thinking about earlier. I don't know if I mentioned it in this video or it was the last video I was talking about. But when I was thinking about a place to stop, that was about, a little bit further down the road, so I could get some more, I could use all my drive time, my last drive shift. This is one of the places this is the only place I can think about stopping. This big cabin exit is Highway, there it is, Highway 69. I know it's either 69 or 75, but I couldn't remember which one it was. But this is a major highway that goes north and south across eastern Oklahoma. And this Loves here at Big Cabin. This is one that I've stopped at a couple of times. This thing, this Loves, where their parking lot is across the street. There's another, like, Sap Brothers or something, I can't remember, truck stop at this exit as well. If this is the exit I'm thinking of, I'm pretty sure it is. Like 99% sure. But there's 2 truck stops here. And this is a major, like, intersection on 44, because 69 is a fairly major highway. If I were going to be going to Dallas from Chicago, this is probably the route I would take. I would probably be getting off right here on this exit, going south on 69, and then hit 75 to go to Dallas. I wouldn't go all the way over to Oklahoma City and then cut down. I probably would. I don't know. Just a second. I need to spin. But that's the truck stop over to the right. Yeah, that's pretty sure that's one thing. Just a second. I'm going to pause it. Alright, we're back going in. Right there's the exit for the Big Cabin. Just past it. Yep, that is the place I'm thinking of. That is it. But Diablo, yeah. If I remember correctly, one of the videos that I watched said that the starter set for Demon Hunter is one of the most powerful Demon Hunter builds. It's not the best Demon Hunter set or build, but it's one of the ones that's easiest to gear for. So it's one of the builds that a lot of people start the season with, and then once they're able to get all of the items from the other builds, then they will switch. So I think I'm going to start the season with Demon Hunter, and I'll switch over to the Barbarian once I've got everything set up. And basically once the Demon Hunter is doing tier 16 or torment 16, and I've cleared my GR70 and all that stuff, and I have a Gem of Ease leveled up really high, and basically when I get to the point where I can power level and gear my Barbarian really easily, then I'll level up the Barbarian. Yeah, that pretty much solidifies it. I'm going to go with the Demon Hunter. I'll probably change my mind in the last second and start with Barbarian. But it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'll swing by when I get to town. I'm going to go into City Trailer, drop my trailer off, and then head to the house. Still have a ton of that meatloaf left over. I don't know what the deal is. Like, I don't think my digestive system is working properly, because I've been just constantly full. I've tried to eat the meatloaf a couple of times, and after a couple of bites, I just feel like I'm going to throw up because I'm so full. Probably a good thing because I need to lose weight. But I think it's a sign that I'm having some problems with something. So hopefully that gets cleared out while I'm at the house. Probably need to drink more water or something. I drink quite a bit of Gatorade, milk, and water. I don't drink a lot of water, but I do have water in the truck, in the cooler. I do try to drink it. Well, that was a big explosion off to the left. It's very bright. I thought it was lightning for a second, but it wasn't. Is there anything else to talk about before I end this video? I can't think of anything. Just making my way home. I'm starting to get a little stressed out about how little money I've made since I've become an owner-operator because of how much time I've taken off. So I'm hoping that after I make this delivery on the 7th, that I'll be able to get some good loads and be able to just keep on running. There's fireworks going off everywhere. Straight ahead, I don't know if you can see it, but there's just barely above the tree line, you can see the top of the fireworks going off. Fireworks everywhere. I think that's about it for this video. I don't know if this is enjoyable driving stuff to watch. Is it even zoomed in? Like, is that better? I pressed on the screen to change the zoom, and I think it changed the zoom for a second, and then it zoomed back in on a bug on the windshield. I don't know. It's kind of frustrating trying to record with this camera on this phone on driving footage, because the zoom just has a mind of its own. There's so much shit on the windshield that I think it just keeps focusing in on bugs on the windshield. But I think that's about it for this video. Looking forward to getting home playing some Diablo. I have a bunch of tax stuff to do this weekend. Getting my tax paperwork in order. And, you know, if I just like take the time to do it and I just focus on, you know, getting it done, it will probably take less than an hour to do all of the stuff. You know, getting tracking all of my receipts and everything. And sending them over to the tax service. I also need to read through their document about what I can file for taxes, what is tax deductible and stuff like that. So yeah, there's quite a few things I need to do. But right when I get home, because I just woke up, I just slept for like 8 hours. And I'm going to be driving for about 4 hours to get to City Trailer, and then another about half hour to get to my house. So you're talking about, I'm going to be awake for maybe 5 hours by the time I get to my house. And when I get to my house, I don't really need to take much of anything out of the truck except like my dirty clothes. And I think I've only showered once left my house? It's only been like 3 days I've been out on the road. Okay, so let me think here. When did I leave my house? I think it was Tuesday night. Was it Tuesday night that I left my house? Okay, let me think about this. So when I left my house, I went to Niagara and picked up that bottled water load. I think it was Tuesday afternoon, and they live loaded me instead of drop and hook. It was supposed to be a drop and hook. And let me think. Yeah, I think it was Tuesday afternoon that I left. And I got really, really sweaty and nasty doing all the drop and hooks and live loads and sliding tandems and all that crap. And I fueled up at the TA there in Oklahoma City, so I had a shower credit. And I stopped for the night. Where did I stop for the night? I stopped in Bloomingfield. Or whatever it is. And I took a shower in Bloomingfield. So yeah, I've only showered once. It was just that one shower in Bloomingfield. And so I basically left. It was Tuesday night when I left, so Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is when how long I've been out, and I took a shower. So Wednesday, whenever I went to bed, so Wednesday afternoon, so I haven't had a shower for like 2 days, but I'm gonna be home in 3 or 4 hours, and that's gonna be one of the first things I do when I get there is take a shower. I'm starting to question. Okay, so here's something to talk about before I finish the video: is the whole TA. I've made TA my truck stop. That I get huge fuel discounts at TA. Is it worth it to do? To use TA as my main truck stop, or should I look at another truck stop? Because Love's and Flying J have better point reward systems. At Love's and Flying J, after you do a certain amount of gallons in a month, you get unlimited showers, and you get tons of points. You accumulate points with everything at Pilot, Flying J, and Love's. Like just buying shit in the store, you accumulate points, and after you do a certain number of gallons in a month, then you just get free showers for a month. So if I just did all of my fueling at a Love's or at a Flying J, either one, then I would have unlimited free showers all the time. I wouldn't have to worry about shower credits. Whereas with TA, I am constantly running low on shower credits. And it's always going to be like that. There's not an unlimited shower thing with TA. TA has the worst reward system of any of the truck stops. Discounts that I get with Love's and Flying J are pretty much a flat 15 cent every day with the amount of money I save in fuel at TA. So I could probably shop around and see if I can find a fuel card that gives bigger discounts at Flying J or Love's. I also like TA's shop, and I like their showers. Their showers are the best of the three. Like the Love showers, they stopped giving the second towel. The TA that I just showered at in Bloomingfield, Illinois, whatever Illinois, Bloomingfield, I can't remember the name. I had so many towels in there. They gave you 2 of the like floor towels, 2 of the big towels, and a little washcloth. It was really nice and clean for a truck stop shower, and they actually had ventilation in there. One of my biggest complaints with Love's has the shittiest showers of all of them. Love's doesn't like run an air conditioner in the showers. So you're in there taking a nice hot shower, and there's no ventilation in that room whatsoever. So you're going to change the temperature in that shower to like 80 degrees in there. It's going to get really hot. It's going to get really humid. It gets so hot and humid in the Love showers that it'll start raining from the ceiling. So you're in there trying to dry off, and you're just sweating like crazy because it's so hot in there, and there's shit dripping on you from the ceiling because there's just no ventilation in the Love showers. I hate showering at Love's. Pilot Flying J is really hit or miss. They're a step up from Love's, but sometimes they're not a very big step up from Love's. The TA is pretty much always superior to both of the others. Like where I just showered at, they have really good ventilation. It was nice and cold in there, and it was, it was dry. It wasn't like really muggy and humid whenever I, finished my shower. Because one of the things that really sucks is I typically shower because I'm getting out and sweating my ass off, dropping and hooking and sliding tandems and all the rest of that crap. So I'm showering because I got out and I sweat and I'm stinky from sweating. And then as soon as I get out of the shower, it's like 90 degrees in the room that I'm in, and really humid, and I'm just sweating profusely. So it takes me like 10 or 15 minutes to stop sweating after I get out of the damn Love shower. So that's something I'm going to have to rethink, is whether I want to switch over to like Flying J from TA as my main truck stop. Once I hit, I've been thinking about things that I can do. One of the things that I can do is I can start fueling more often. Instead of waiting until I'm like empty, there's a deer right there on the side of the road, standing there, thinking about it. Oh, it's a box truck. That truck that I told you was catching up with me, that was going faster than me, it's maybe going a mile. It's probably going 75. I'm going 73. And it is finally catching up with me. It's just now starting to pass me. It's a box truck. It's probably a rental. It's probably governed at 75. It's just now starting to pass me. It's going to be a slow pass. And he's blocking a whole bunch of fucking cars. He's been out in the left lane. I think he's been out in the left lane this whole time. This is just one of those dumbasses that just drives in the left lane because they're special. Yeah, I'm going to have to rethink my whole truck stop thing. But what I've thought about, okay, as you progress in gears with TA, and it takes a long time to progress with TA. Midway Auto Parts, it is not a rental, and I don't think it's governed in 75 because I think the person just sped up to pass me. No, I slowed down. I'm going 71 up this hill. So we got somebody chilling on the shoulder up here. Up there on the fucking shoulder and you're gonna get over in that damn lane. Now, here comes the idiot back over. See, this is the type of stupid shit. These fucking morons out here on the road. Just a second. Let me get some breathing room here. This dumbass slowed down. Nice, sped back up. And I got a four-wheeler about 2 inches off my tail. Now we're gonna get up here and there. Just as I'm gonna get out to pass this fucking FedEx truck, this four-wheeler's thinking about passing me. The four-wheeler's still behind me right now. This is what I'm talking about spacing. I've been driving by myself without anybody near me for a long time because I picked a good speed, and now I'm getting passed by a traffic clump because most people travel in clumps. They'll just go really fast until they catch up with somebody, and they'll speed match them and just chill and drive along with them. Like, there's a big traffic clump passing me right now. This auto parts truck is at the front of it. And they're not going a lot faster than me. They're only going like 1 or 2 miles an hour faster than me. Well, that guy sped up. He's going a lot more than 1 or 2 miles an hour faster than me. But now I'm going to have to deal with this traffic clump passing me for the next 15 to 20 minutes. And then I should be in wide open road again. Or I should be in Tulsa by then. I'm getting pretty damn close to Tulsa. But yeah, I'm gonna... Okay, so one of the things I thought about with TA is as you progress gears, your shower credits, or they call them ultra credits, you can use them for certain things. I think initially when you're at a low gear level, you can only use ultra credits for showers. But as you progress gears, I think you can use them for things like parking spots. And you can just use your overall credits. Like, you're really limited in what you can use your credits for at TA until you get high up in the gears. And I don't think the gears reset every month. But to get to like gear level 4, where everything unlocks, it takes 18,000. I think it takes 20,000 total credits, which you only get a credit for fueling. So that's 20,000 gallons of fuel. That is a huge amount. But I think that once you make it to gear level 1, you start getting 2 credits for every gallon. And then at gear level 3, you get 3 credits for every gallon. So you're not going to have to do 20,000 gallons, but you're going to have to do a lot of fueling at TA to get to gear level 4. It's probably going to take me like 6 months to get to gear level 4. 6 months, a year. I don't know how long it's going to take. It's going to take a long time. But as you progress gear levels, the amount of time that your shower credits last keeps getting extended. If you're on unlimited showers at Love's, then your shower credits don't expire. You just keep accumulating shower credits, and you have unlimited showers on top of that. So once your unlimited showers falls off, then you have, all of your shower. Well, that's the way the system used to be. I don't know if they changed it. But what I thought about with TA is just fueling more often. Just when I need to take a shower, just throw in 60 gallons of fuel. The problem with that is that I try to fuel in places that are cheap. So I can't just throw in 60 gallons any damn place. And some of these places are really expensive. 50, 60 cents a gallon more expensive than other places. And it's just not worth it to go and drop in expensive fuel. There's some big fireworks going off straight ahead. I don't know if you can see them. That looks like a professional display. Could just be some overly enthusiastic individual. It was just one short little burst of fireworks, so it might have just been, some family or something. There's another one off to the right you can't see. Those types of displays like that they're popping off all over the place. They're everywhere. It looks like professional fireworks, but they're going off everywhere, and they're not going off long enough. They're in short little bursts like that. They're not going off long enough for it to be a professional display, but they're using professional grade fireworks, like the really big ones. I don't know, I gotta figure out the shower situation, because the shower credit that I have right now, these shower credits with TA only last like 4 days and then they expire. Well, I'm not going to use the shower credit that I just got because in 4 days, the next 4 days, I'm going to be at my house. I'm not going to go down to the TA to shower just so I can use this shower credit. Shower at my house. Close to Tulsa. So, whoa, that was so creepy. Right past that bridge, there was a little dirt road, and there was some guy standing there at the end of that dirt road. That was scary. Fireworks going on ahead. They're intermittent, so that's the reason I don't think they're professional displays, because it looks like Joe Redneck is just going out and lighting a bunch of fuses and then running away, and then he's having to go back out and set up his next batch of fireworks, light a bunch of fuses and run away. Whereas professional displays, they have them all like set up to where they can just trigger them remotely. They're all pre-prepared. They don't have to set them up during the show. That was a big one just over to the right. I don't know if you saw that. But those look to me like the professional, the big fireworks, and they're just going off all over the place. See most of them because the field of vision on this thing is so narrow. I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video there, otherwise I'm just going to be like rambling forever, and I think I've hit an hour on the video, so I'll go ahead and end the video there. Thanks for watching, have a good one. I might do some Diablo video. I might test out recording some gaming. That actually sounds like fun to record me. I might try to record my season start and upload that. Just record how I start the season. You know what? It's been like the season started yesterday, so there's already a bunch of people that are level 70. I might get power level. I'll probably hop in and see if somebody will power level me, because manually leveling is kind of a pain in the ass. see the guy hitting his brakes and have his turn signal on, why would you jump in behind them like that? Like, these people have functioning brains. They just create dangerous situations. I suspect it's distracted driving. Now, with 4th of July weekend, here's another... Now, this is not one of the reasons why I decided to pick this load and go home for the weekend. The reason I picked this load to go home on the weekend was because there wasn't shit for loads because of this holiday weekend, and I was going to be sitting at a truck stop this weekend. And I just so happened to find a load where I would be sitting at my house instead of a truck stop. But another positive on this is that July 4th weekend is probably the worst, if not the second worst. New Year's is probably the absolute worst holiday to be out on the road on. And July 4th is probably as bad. I don't know which one's worse, New Year's or July 4th, as far as drunk driving. But probably New Year's. But you do not want to be out on the road July 4th weekend or the days around New Year's. New Year's night, you don't want to be out on the road. July 4th lasts multiple days. It's like a whole weekend thing. New Year's is kind of like just one big night. But you do not want to be out on the damn road. There are just so many drunk drivers. So I'm really looking forward to getting home tonight, and I hope that I don't run across any drunk drivers on the way there. And I wish there was more police presence than what I've seen so far. Normally on July 4th weekend, there's a massive police presence to try to what the hell words? I gotta find my words. To try to keep somebody from doing something. To try to, it starts with a D, I think. Crap. Why can't I think of the word? Not prevent, but it is prevention, but it is more of... can't stop people from driving drunk. You can only try to keep them from doing it. There's a specific word I'm looking for. It's kind of like putting lights up around your house. A well-lit house is much less likely to get robbed than a really dark house, because thieves don't want to be out in the open where they can be seen and everything. So having good lighting around your business or your house and having it well maintained is a deterrence. That's the word I was looking for, to crime. And that's what they usually do on the July 4th weekend. The cops will come out in force. They'll have DUI checkpoints, and they'll just be very like out in the open. They'll be have a really strong presence. Sorry, Google was telling me I need to stay on I-44, and I need to take 2 miles. I need to stay in the right lanes. Because if I remember correctly, if this split, you actually have to take a damn exit to stay on 44. And there's some highway that keeps going straight on it. This turns into a highway, and 44, you actually take an exit. So yeah, I'm about to hit the edge of Tulsa. You know what? I might keep recording as I drive through Tulsa. Give you some good driving footage here. Yeah, I'll keep this recording as I drive through Tulsa. I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but I'll keep recording as I drive through Tulsa. Maybe we'll see a police presence in Tulsa. Maybe they'll be out in force as a deterrence. 412 keeps going straight, and 44, you pretty much have to take the exit here to stay on 44. It's pretty crazy. I can't remember if the right lane ends. I don't know which lane I need. I'm just going to get over in the rightmost lane. And it looks like this is a 60 mile per hour exit. And if I remember correctly, as soon as you get up here onto this, that's kind of like the edge of the city. Like the edge of the city starts right here. Yeah, here's the 55 mile per hour construction crap. But yeah, I think we're right at the edge of Tulsa. Tulsa's not a bad city. Yeah, damn right hand line. I knew it. I knew I should have stayed to the left. I don't know if this is a motorcycle or just somebody rocking a one headlight. They disappeared. Where the hell did they go? There's nobody behind me anymore. I think they went behind a hill or something behind me. Yeah, this is a little windy. Goes right and then whips back left. And here's the edge of Tulsa. All the casinos. And we're coming in through here pretty late at night. I'll look at the clock in a second. I think it's around 10 p.m. So there shouldn't be too terribly much traffic. And the people that are out and about right now are probably still at their parties. Their parties will be ending. Let's see, it's 10:30. Yeah, people will probably be heading home around midnight, somewhere between midnight and 2 a.m. Midnight to 2 a.m. is probably going to be a really bad time to be on the road, because right now most of the drunks are probably at whatever their party place is, and there's a few of them that are probably driving around, but they're really going to be hitting the roads hard around midnight, 2 a.m. when they're heading home from wherever they were shooting off fireworks. See how empty the roads are? 10:30 at night in Tulsa. Tulsa, I've never really dealt with bad traffic in Tulsa. Tulsa has they have a pretty good infrastructure for the capacity. Speed limit's 55, and I'm going to tell on myself here. I'm going 58, and I'm flying up on this guy really quick, so he's going probably like 52. This is just the edge of Tulsa. Probably going to be, I don't know, 5 to 10 miles before I get to the center of Tulsa, the main area. I don't like being in this left lane. Alright, I'm past that guy. Let's get over in the right lane. Get off of this damn wall. I don't have any room over there on that left. See, there is the city. You can see the tall buildings, the dead center of town is straight ahead, a little to the left. Looks like it's maybe 5-10 miles away. But traffic shouldn't get too terribly bad through Tulsa. Let's get over this other lane. I think there's a new lane that starts right there, but all these cars are going to be whipping out into that middle lane to get around that truck. And why in the hell did that truck just get in the middle lane? Now they're all going to be like, there's 3 lanes, you dumb shit. There he goes. He's moving back over in the right-hand lane. Oh my God. Now, like, it doesn't fucking matter what lane I'm in. I moved over to that left lane so that they could have those 2 lanes to fuck around in, and all those dumb shits still got over into my lane. Oh my god, they just want to be in whatever lane I'm in. Speed limit's up to 65, we're through the construction, and we got lots and lots of lanes. Alright, so 244 is going to the right, and we're wanting to stay left, to stay on 44. All these cars fighting to get out in front of the trucks, and now they're all slowed down. I'm going 68, and speed limit 65, I'm passing them. Tulsa. Alright, I'm going to roll the window down and spit, and I'm not going to stop the video to do it. There, we're done with it. I didn't want to interrupt your beautiful bean footage. Yeah, I've never really dealt with bad traffic in Tulsa. This is, like, even in the middle of the day, traffic isn't much worse than this. But, you know, the whole time I've been back in trucking this year, we've been dealing with this Wuhan virus, so I don't know what it's like in normal times. Because my experience from 15 years ago, I didn't do a whole lot of driving in the Midwest or the East. I was mainly a West Coast driver. Lots of California when I was driving last time. A little firework for you. And what's going to end up happening is 44 is not a toll road right now. The toll road basically ended whenever we got that split at 412. And I've been riding the pedal, I haven't been running the cruise. I've been bouncing between like 67 and 70. Speed limit 65. Looks like those cars are going to fall in behind the truck. Looks like they have their own lane for a bit to merge on. Thought about switching lanes. What the fuck, man? You stupid jackass. Fucking idiot. Hey, dumb shit. Did you see me right there? You fucking moron. Fucking idiot. CRST, one of those shithole starter companies, probably some fucking first week driver just merging right onto somebody. Fucking idiot. All this wide open road, and you still have to deal with stupid people. There's people still manage to make this dangerous. And you know the reason he did that is he saw the sign up there that says these 2 left lanes are 44 west. And he freaked out and just forced his way over in front of me. like CRST and CR England, Swift. What else is there? What are the other big ones? That Stevens. The big megas that are notorious for hiring student drivers. They're really shitty companies to work for, and they just drive people out of the industry. So they have these students constantly coming in, and they pay so low, and the job sucks so much because they just treat them like absolute crap. You're constantly dealing with people who've been driving for like less than a month at those companies. And they're very dangerous. They drive these trucks like they're cars. Like they'll do something like that. Like that's the kind of shit you do in a car. You'll just, I need to get over. You just whip over. In a truck, you don't ever just whip over like that whenever you have to check all your surroundings, you have to check your blind spots, you have to throw on your indicator, let people know what you're doing, because there might be somebody in a spot that you can't see. So you have to give them time to get out of that spot. You can't just, and whip over without checking your mirrors or anything, which is what that dumbass just did. Just whipped over in front of me. And there was no need for them to be in that lane. Go ambulance. Motorcycle going to do? Is this the type of person that's just going to chill right there, or are they going to speed up and try to pass this person before I do? Looks like they're just going to chill. He's got his lady friend on the back, and he's checking his mirrors a lot. Slow. And he sped up. Because I was going 68 when I was passing him. And I'm going 70 now, and he's speed matching me. People just don't want to be passed. Speed limit 60, but flow of traffic about 70. Except for that guy in the SUV in the right lane that's going about 85. Alright, looks like most everybody has started prepping for an exit. So what I was starting to say before CRST whipped over in front of me was once we get onto the other side of town, there's usually a decent amount of traffic for a little ways. I want to say somewhere around 10 miles outside of town, and then you're going to see a sign that says last exit before the toll road, and there's usually a huge line of cars that exits right there. Now that's when it's really busy. I don't think we're going to see a huge line, but we'll see probably a couple of people exiting in that spot. Got a little bit of speed built up going down there. Going 65, moving along with the four-wheelers. Should be hitting the other side of town here any second. Stop the video in about 15 minutes because I think it's going to be about 15 minutes before I make it through it say shenanigans? Next 2 miles, shifting lanes ahead. I thought it said shenanigans. I was like, no shenanigans. This is a work zone coming up here. We don't need any of your damn shenanigans in the work zone. Shifting lanes ahead. So I was going 60 miles an hour with this truck, and I was going 62, and I was passing it. I'm 63 right now. He's speed matching me. I'm past him again. I was up to 65, and he was speed matching me, but now he's slowed back down. This is pretty rough road right here. 75, Highway 75. That is one of the really big exits. That's not the one. 75 is on the edge of town. So we're getting close to leaving Tulsa. And there was a big line of cars that exited right there on the 75. And then there's going to be another highway before the toll road starts. There's going to be another big exit point for cars. Most of the crappy traffic on the interstates, when you're going through these cities, it's all local traffic. I wish they would add in like some kind of bypass where they would have 2 lanes way on the far left, the 2 far left lanes. They would just like block them off with concrete barriers, and you can't exit. They're just bypassed through town. You don't have to deal with all the traffic merging on and off the interstates. You can just bypass. That would be pretty sweet. It'd make going through cities as a truck driver a lot easier. Okay, here comes the lane shift. That looks like some pretty good twisties right there. I don't see a suggested speed anywhere. So we're going to go down to like 45. We're going 43, 42. Yeah, I'm glad I slowed down to 40. This is twisty, nasty shit right here. I mean, I could have done it at higher speed, but I would have really been putting a lot of G's on the load. Could have potentially rolled the truck. Left lane closed ahead. Got some nice construction going through here. We're going to keep it slow. We're going 54 miles an hour right now. West Oklahoma City. I need to get over to the right. I don't know if you can see it yet, but that sign that I'm coming up toward right now, that one says the right 2 lanes are 44 West Oklahoma City, and the far left lane was to 66 West of Barstow, Sepulpa. Pick up a lane here in a minute because this toll road is 3 lanes for about, I don't know how many miles, quite a few miles, like 20 miles outside of Tulsa. It's going to be 3 lanes. nice road here in a minute. Here in a minute, we're going to get a third lane, and it's going to be really, really good road. And they have lights all down the road. It's like well lit up. It is so nice. It's one of the best roads here in just a minute. Now speed limit's all the way up 75. We're doing 65 right now. I'm going to wait for a second to, bump it up. Because that truck up there is still chilling in the left lane. He's like gone full super trucker. Alright, we got the cruise set at 73. We got good road. And it shouldn't be too much further. And we're going to hit the, there, he's finally moving over. We're going to get our third lane and get the well-lit road. Let's see if I can change the zoom to focus. God, picture quality on this is so terrible. There's a truck in front of me, I don't even think you can see it. I'll probably end the video. Let's see if that's any better. I think there might have just been a bug right in the spot where it's recording. I think I'll end the video once I make it to the place where the toll road opens up at. It's probably after the toll plaza. That was Tulsa. Big old Tulsa. Just drove through it. Some nasty, slow construction. That's the reason St. Louis is probably one of the worst cities to drive through. St. Louis takes about as long to drive through as Tulsa does. It doesn't take very long to get through there. But it's still one of my least favorite cities to drive through, because there are so many like hairpin turns on the interstates. There's like their infrastructure is so old and dilapidated, and they have construction going on like crazy, and just out of nowhere to stay on the interstate or to exit from 44 to 55, there will be these hairpin 20-mile-per-hour turns. So you have to go really slow through St. Louis, and then there are times when we're almost coming to a complete stop to switch like from 44 to 55, if you're switching interstates. Is this where yeah, right here, this is our third lane, we just got it, and this is where it starts, where it's nice and lit up. It goes like this, there, did you see that firework? It goes like this for about, I want to say about 20 miles. 3 lanes, nice road, and you have these lights going up and down the road. It's like 20 miles of this. I think I might bump it up to and actually go 75 the rest of the way to Oklahoma City. Looks like I'm going to have to go grab that third lane. Hiring quality drivers. Looks like they need them. What shithole company is this that's chilling out in the fucking middle lane, going slow as shit? LTI Trucking Services. I'm going 63 up this hill. He's going like 55 and just chilling in the fucking middle lane. Chilling like a villain. Jackass. I'm not going to drop it out of eco mode. It stayed in 12th gear for that whole hill. If I would have taken it out of eco mode, then let me show you. The left lane is not where you should be. You should be over here to the right. It stays 3-lane like this for like 20 fucking miles, man. Dumbass. I don't like passing let's bump this up to 75. There we go. We're moving now. But I think that's where I'm going to end the video. Got about like 15, 20 miles, a good road like this. And Oklahoma City's 95 miles away, so I don't know if that's to the center of Oklahoma City or the edge, but Oklahoma City city limits are massive. Like, you'll see the sign that says that you're in Oklahoma City, you entered Oklahoma City city limits, and it'll be out in the country. And you'll drive for like another 5 or 10 minutes before you actually start seeing the city. I think as far as like square miles or however they measure it, square footage, city size, Oklahoma City is probably one of the biggest cities in the country. One of, not the. I'm sure there are cities with bigger city limits than Oklahoma City, but it's massive. It would probably, if I had to guess, it would be in the top 10 cities, maybe top 20. So I don't know where that 95 miles is. Is that from the edge of Oklahoma City, or is that from like the center of town? Because if it's from the edge of Oklahoma City, it could be another 20 or 30 miles to city trailer from there. So it might actually be like 120 miles away. But yeah, I'm about an hour and a half away, and I went ahead and bumped the speed up to 75, so might be less than an hour and a half away if I'm able to, make good time up the hills, which I should, because I've only got 17,000 pounds of tires in the trailer. Excuse me, Michelin tires. Got 17,000 pounds of them, and we are making our way to Oklahoma City. Wow, all these lights in the center are out in this section. There's still light poles in the center. They're just not on. This guy taking this exit, he's slowing down a lot. Yep. See? Dumbass, use an indicator. Let people know what the hell you're doing. Don't make me sit here and guess, like, why the hell is this guy going so slow? He just passed me. Somebody passed me over here on the left. It doesn't matter what the speed limit is, people are going to drive 5 to 10 over it. These damn super truckers going 65 in the middle lane, just super truckering it up. For anybody who doesn't know, super trucker is not like praise. That's not a compliment. If somebody calls you a super trucker, they're calling you a dumbass. Super truckers do stupid shit. They think that they're like better than everybody else. They think the rules don't apply to them. Super truckers are the dumb shits who camp out at the fuel island. Super truckers are the ones that are going 60 miles an hour in a 75 in the middle lane. Super truckers are also the ones that are going like 95 in a 65, blowing past everybody. Super truckers are the ones that are going this, they're still going 70 miles an hour in a snowstorm on ice-covered roads. They're the ones where everybody else is going 25, 30 on an ice-covered road, and that super trucker flying by in the left lane going 65. That's a super trucker. So being a super trucker is not a compliment. middle. I mean, I'll chill in the middle whenever we're going through an area where there's a lot of merging traffic. But out here in the middle of nowhere like this, where there's hardly any on and off ramps, there's no excuse for chilling in the middle. Like, definitely, like driving through Tulsa, if it's 3 lanes driving through a city, I do not expect anybody to drive in the merge lane. You should be in the middle lane for regular driving and passing in the far left lane. It is stupid to drive in the right lane through a city. But out here in the country like this, there's really not much excuse for somebody to be chilling in the middle lane. I think that's where I'm going to end the video. This 3 lanes is going to disappear probably within the next 5 miles. 5 to 10 miles, I'm not sure exactly. And I don't know why they have all the lights off. Oh, it looks like the lights come back on up here. But this whole section throughout here, these lights in the middle have been off. Maybe they're on some kind of serial circuit where if one of them goes out, they all go out. It's like your Christmas lights or something. Probably copper thieves. Copper thieves knock out these lights all the time. They've done news articles that I've read in Oklahoma City. I don't know if it's a big problem everywhere, but in Oklahoma City, there's constantly articles about copper thieves. And they've gotten so bold that they've started stealing from the city. They'll just go and rip out the lines for these the street lights, and they'll just take off the electric lines from the street lights. And something stinks really bad. It's like BO and fish. Yeah, it's like a dead fish that was like in his workout clothes when he died. It smells like somebody stuck their foot in my mouth. Oh my goodness. It's rank. There's probably a river or a lake or something near here. There's a bunch of dead fish. I wish this guy would pass me, because I think this right lane's about to end any moment, and there's somebody just sitting to the left of me. Is this the sign that says right lane ends? Yep. Well, at least when he saw my indicator, he moved over. And he sped up. He was just speed matching me, driving right beside me. I hate when people drive beside me, because you only have 3 outs in any situation. You can accelerate, decelerate, or turn. And if there's people driving to the left or right of you, they're taking away that turn option. And in one of these trucks, rarely is acceleration an option. So basically your only option when somebody's riding alongside you like that in one of these trucks is to slam on your brakes. My personal vehicles, I have sport vehicles. Like, I sold my motorcycle. I had a 370Z. No, never mind. That's my car. I had a ZX6R. They're both kind of popped up out of nowhere. Oversized load broke down right there. He's got his triangles out with no lights on. I had a ZX6R, otherwise known as a Ninja 636. It's like the lowest end super sport motorcycle that Kawasaki makes. they have more than just three, but they're three major super sport bikes. They have a 600 series, a 1000 series, and then like a 1400 series. So they have a 636 horsepower, a 1000 horsepower. I think it's not horsepower, it's CCs, because my 636 was 127 horsepower, which is as much horsepower as most of the cars have. But it's in a motorcycle, and it's like a sport tune on it. Like it's really powerful. It goes really fast. But then they have a 998cc or 1000cc. I don't know what the horsepower on that one's like. I would guess that it's probably somewhere around 180 horsepower. And then they have one that's like a 1400cc, somewhere between 13 and 1400cc. And I have no idea what the horsepower on that one's like, but it's probably like 230 to 250 horsepower. I know that Kawasaki has like the H1, which I think is a 300 horsepower motorcycle, and that is the fastest street legal bike that exists. It's the most powerful street legal bike ever made, I think, if I remember correctly. Now, there are race motorcycles that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars that are way faster, way more powerful. But as far as production line motorcycles they sell to the general public, I think that H1 is the most powerful, fastest motorcycle ever made. I think it's called an H1. They made that 2 or 3 years ago. No, it's longer than that. They made that whenever I first bought my motorcycle, and my motorcycle was in 2014. So it was like 2013, 2014 whenever they made the H1. I don't know if they've had a revision on it since then. But I think the ones they sell in the United States, they have some kind of limiter in them, which somebody that's buying that bike is probably going to go pay a mechanic to remove any limits that are built into it. But that thing is just stupid fast. It's as close to having like $100,000 professional race bike as you can get as a regular general consumer. And I think that bike is only like $20,000. No. I can't remember what the price is. I'm pretty sure it's under $50,000 for the bike. It's not too terribly expensive. Which is the crazy thing about motorcycles is you can get motorcycles that are basically race bikes. The super sport class of bikes, those are race motorcycles that have been modified to be street legal. You can get one of those for like 10 grand. I think Gixxer has some of the cheapest super sports you can buy. Suzuki, the GSX-R series, they call them Gixxer. Those are some of the cheapest super sports you can get, and they're around 10 grand. So they have the power equivalent of like a Lamborghini. So to get a car that is like a race car, you have to spend over $100,000. Maybe that new Corvette that's like 60, 70 grand, that might actually get you into the bottom end of what a race car is like, which is what one of these super sport bikes does. It gets you into the bottom end of what a race vehicle is like. So about $60,000 for the cheapest race car that you can purchase production line, and about 10 grand for the cheapest motorcycle. So it's really cheap to go really fast on a motorcycle and have something that's just incredibly powerful like that 6.3. Did you see that lightning? That was a lot of lightning. That 636, it looks like it's zoomed in on the damn bugs on the windshield. That 636 is so powerful. Unless you've driven one, it's hard to really convey how fast they are. Like if I was passing somebody and I'm cruising along at 60 and I want whip around somebody real quick, that bike can go from 60 to 90 in just a couple of seconds. And then I can drop from 90 back down to 60 without touching the brakes in just a couple of seconds. Just let off the throttle, and that thing will decelerate incredibly fast. So, like, if I got an open stretch of road on the interstate when I was commuting to work on my motorcycle, I would get up to like 150 miles an hour. If I saw like 2 miles of no cars in front of me, I would whip out and go like 150 miles an hour for a mile, and then, let off the throttle, and I would be back down to 70 in a couple of seconds. Just a couple of seconds to get up to 150, and a couple of seconds to get back down to 70. It's just so fast. It's incomparable. Like, my car is a Nissan 370Z. It has 335 horsepower or something like that. It's a sport car. It's not like a super sport where it's designed for a racetrack. It's designed for city streets, but it's designed to be, a nice peppy car for city streets. And yeah, it can get up and it can go and it can accelerate and it can decelerate. It has like a race suspension. It has race brakes. It has, it's a really light vehicle. It's like 3,600 pounds, 3,500, somewhere in that area. Fuck, man. This guy sped up on me. Like, I slowed down to 71 going up that hill, but I was passing him really fast. I've got the cruise set at 75. Now he's way behind me. Oh man, he's one of those people that his truck isn't really designed to pull the trailer he's pulling, and his front end is popped up to where it's like he's got his brights on because his headlights are shining straight forward. But yeah, my 370Z, in comparison to other cars, is incredibly fast. I have people that think I'm trying to race them all the time. Like, just leaving from a stoplight in my 370Z, the thing is so light and accelerates so quickly that most people think that I'm racing. But the car is super quiet whenever I'm just driving around normally. But whenever I put the throttle down and it drops gears, it gets really loud. So you can easily tell whenever I'm trying to accelerate that car, because it'll get loud. You can hear it. But just normal taking off from the line at a stoplight, I actually try to take off as slow as possible so that people don't try to race me or think that I'm racing. Because I'll have dumbass teenage kids that think that I'm wanting to race or something, and my windows are tinted so dark they can't see the person in there. They can't see it's some old bald fat guy driving the car. And I'll have kids like revving up their engines at the next stoplight, as I'm driving through town, constantly having people trying to race me in my car. And in my motorcycle, it was the same thing. Occasionally on my motorcycle, what I would do is I would actually take off quickly from a stoplight, because I would have people that were thinking that I was trying to race them and trying to take off really quick. And I would have people, you could hear it sounds like their car is about to blow up because they're giving it everything they got, trying to race me on my motorcycle, going from stoplight to stoplight, and I'm just barely taking off on my motorcycle. And they think that we're constantly hitting red lights. And after that happens 2 or 3 times, I'll finally get tired of it and show them that I'm not trying to race them by taking off quickly from a light, to show them that I haven't been racing them this whole time, because they're probably sitting there thinking, yeah, look how fucking powerful my car is, man. I can keep up with that motorcycle. I almost had him that time. And then I'll actually take off from a light on them, and just, my motorcycle was so much, like my 370Z car is so much faster than the other cars that most people think I'm racing all the time. And my motorcycle is like a huge step past the 370Z in speed, power, etc. acceleration, deceleration. It's just worlds different. So, yeah, whenever I would actually take off quickly on the motorcycle, it was like people weren't moving. But it only takes a couple of seconds, and I'd be up to like 80 miles an hour, and they would be a quarter mile behind me. They'd still be trying to speed up. They'd probably be up to 25 by the time I'm up to 80, and I would just let off the throttle and decelerate back down to the speed limit, just to show them that I wasn't racing to start with, and I don't want to race, and there's no point in racing. That was the only thing that I really had a problem with my vehicles that I have, my personal vehicles, is that people are constantly trying to race me in those things. And I'm not a racer. I don't do that crap. It's dangerous and stupid. But I typically own sport vehicles because I think they're the safest vehicles on the road. They have the best brakes, they have the best acceleration, they have the best suspension. So you have three outs in any situation. You can accelerate, you can decelerate, or you can turn. What is the best vehicle to do those three things in? And it's a sport vehicle. It's a 370Z, it's a Mustang, it's a ZX6R motorcycle. My 370Z, the suspension on that is so amazing that you can just you can take turns at really high speeds. So if I need to whip it over into another lane, I can just jerk it over without fear of rolling the vehicle or anything. So it can quickly change lanes, quickly accelerate, quickly decelerate. I've kept this video rolling for longer than I planned. A lot of lightning strikes, a lot of fireworks, a couple of dumbasses on the road. But we're making our way to Oklahoma City. Gonna play some Diablo when I get there. Have a bunch of tax paperwork to do. I need to get a couple of things for the truck that I forgot last time. Man, there's a ton of lightning up here. I hope I'm not running into another damn storm. I dealt with rain already on this trip. I don't want to deal with rain again. The only thing that I would mildly be looking forward to with rain is getting some of these bugs off the windshield. Because, man, the bugs, they is thick on the windshield. There's so much lightning up there. What the hell is going on? It's all like in one spot. It's like War of the Worlds. All that lightning's in one tiny little spot. Oh, don't use the damn engine brakes. Ghost it, ghost it. Save some fuel. Before I end the video, one quick thing. I did some like back of the envelope math. It's not accurate. It's just ballpark. So I completely filled up the tank in Oklahoma City, and then I filled it up again in Mount Vernon. I don't know the exact miles that I did, but I put 188 gallons in Mount Vernon. I think I did approximately 1,300 miles. So I divided 1,300 by 188, and it came out with like 7.5. You see that lightning? It's just like, that's like the second or third time it looks like it's hit that exact same spot. Maybe it's just my imagination. And that came out to 7.5 miles per gallon, if I remember correctly. Now let me think, is that 1,300 miles accurate? Okay, so I left Oklahoma City, and it was basically 110 miles to the Winco Foods. And then from Kimberly Clark to Romeoville, I I think that was 671 miles. That was the paid miles on it. I don't know how many actual miles it was. What I can do when I get home is I can get into Google and put in the exact addresses in Google to figure out the exact mileage. Now, it's probably still not going to be exact. My odometer would be the best way to track it. But, see, 671 plus 100. We'll round up and say 700. So 700 miles. No, wait a second. It has to be more than that because the paid miles to go from Romeoville back to Oklahoma City was 785. So it's probably closer to 800 or 830 miles from Romeoville to Oklahoma City. Now let's do 800 miles Oklahoma City to Romeoville, and I was approximately 300 miles shy. I was 250 miles shy, I think. Now let me see. Yeah, it was 4 hours. I was about 250 miles shy of Oklahoma City where I stopped. So 800 minus 250 is 550. So 550 plus 800 would put me at like 1350. So I was doing a little better than 7.5 miles per gallon. I might have potentially been doing 8 miles per gallon. 7.7, because it's probably more miles than what I'm guesstimating. And then there was also some, APU idle time in there that burned a couple of gallons. But my baseline that I calculated my operating costs on is 7 miles per gallon. So as long as I'm getting over 7 miles per gallon, I'm going to be happy. But I'm hoping to get more than 7 miles per gallon, a lot more. Now I will say one of the reasons that I probably am not getting great fuel mileage because I've had light loads. It's kind of scary that I'm only getting 7.5 miles per gallon, maybe 7.7, 7.8 miles per gallon with as light of the loads that I've been getting, because I think both of my last loads have been around 17,000 pounds. I should be getting really amazing fuel mileage. But the reason I'm probably not is because I have been going fast. Like on the way up there on this toll road, that 75 mile an hour speed limit, I was going 75. Pretty much if the speed limit's been 70 or 75, I've been doing the speed limit. And I know that it burns a lot of extra fuel in this truck if I get over 70. So I burned quite a bit on this road, doing the 100 miles here on this road going 75. My miles per gallon were not that amazing. And going across, most of the drive there was 70 mile an hour speed limit. It wasn't until probably within 100 miles of Chicago that the speed limit started getting below 70, and the truck speed limit started getting down to like 65 and 60 and stuff like that. Maybe 150 miles from Chicago. But yeah, the speed that I was going probably is a big factor in the fuel consumption on why it's not that great. There's a lot of lightning. I might just keep this damn thing rolling. What's awesome about this, I think you've probably noticed that I'm not getting passed a lot, and I'm not passing people a lot. I'm going the speed limit, and I'm pretty much cruising along at the same speed as most people on this interstate. And it means that I'm like sitting here with a lot of space most of the time. In the company truck governed at 65, oh my goodness, I would just be constantly overtaken by people, especially on a toll road like this that has a 75 mile an hour speed limit. I would just be getting constantly passed. I think I'm going to be, man, all this lightning looks like I'm going to be hitting a storm anytime. Any moment now I'm going to start getting rain. I keep wanting to keep the video rolling for, you know, give you something to watch if I hit some bad weather here. I don't know if this is the same storm that I ran across earlier, or if this is a completely separate one, but a couple hours ago when I started driving, I drove through some really heavy rain. You know what it might be? It might be the same storm, and it's moving from the south to the north, and I just hit the tip of it back there, and now I'm hitting the back edge of it as it's moving north. Facing the other direction. I don't know if it's good for them to be in there sideways. I don't know which direction is the best for them to be facing in one of those trailers. When he was turned sideways and he had his window open and his ass hanging out of it. Down to 64 going up that hill. Looks like this guy's pulling hills better than me because he's creeping up on me. He's going a little bit faster up that hill than me, but we've crested the hill, and now I'm starting to build up speed, and so is he. I just hit 70 miles an hour, and I'm starting to pull away from him. So it looks like he was probably doing like 67, 68, up to 71, pulling away from him faster. As soon as we crest this little hill right here, I'll be back up to 75. fucking jackass with bright lights on. As if you're the only asshole that needs to see. Why the fuck is that guy driving with his four-ways on? Something interesting for you. Stupid camera keeps, like, every time a light hits the window, it zooms in on the window. I got the defroster on as high as it'll go. I had it on cold, and I think it was causing condensation on the window. But that's that looks like, that's this section. The way these storms work, though, is there's typically cells. So it's not just one massive storm and it's raining everywhere in the storm. There are cells within the storm that where it's raining in one spot or another. This camera. I need to get a better camera. I mean, this is a good camera. It's just like it just doesn't know what the fuck to zoom in on. Way to override the zoom to make it zoom on something further away or focus, not zoom. We're still going slow. Probably going to start getting passed by a lot of people because they're going to be getting courageous since the rain has let up. Speeding up. It's not raining very much, but the spray off of this guy's tires. I'm going to speed up and get around him. I'm getting tired of dealing with this damn spray. Back on, getting toasty in here. I was hoping for a nice uneventful drive to get home on. I didn't want to hit anything that delayed me. I haven't been delayed very much, but it is scary to drive in anything that reduces visibility. If you can't see the road and you can't see very far in front of you, like blinding snow, blinding rain, fog, will slow down to an unnecessary speed, like 5-10 miles an hour on the damn interstate, and they'll stay in a traffic lane instead of getting onto the shoulder. There are people who will do that whenever you shouldn't be going that slow. Maybe, yeah, there are times when it's blinding rain or blinding snow or whatever, where you should be going like 30 miles an hour. But they're basically what it is. There are people who go inappropriate speeds. You'll have people that are going way too fast, people that are going way too slow, and you have to be looking out for both of them. Because if you're going like 30 miles an hour because you can't see more than 100 feet in front of you, and there's some jackass going 75, he also can't see more than 100 feet in front of him, you're probably going to get rear-ended. So you have to be aware of that and have, all your lights on. And if you're going below the posted speed limit on the interstate, you should have your four-ways on. If you're going below the minimum speed limit on the interstate. It's really low visibility situations are really stressful for me because of the other people on the road. It's really hard to account for them. Well, at least I got my windshield clean because it was getting pretty nasty. I've got to get these wiper blades replaced because they are quite worthless. And the thing is, I think they're like pretty premium wiper blades. I think they're not the cheap crap that I had in the Kenworth that the company was giving me. Those wiper blades were terrible. Those were like, it was just a piece of rubber attached to a piece of metal. I plan on getting like some nice Rain-X blades for this truck, and I plan on using Rain-X windshield washer fluid because visibility is key in being safe in these trucks. So don't go cheap on wiper blades and windshield washer fluid and stuff like that. That's something like, that's a conversation that I had with my trainer whenever I was in training a USA truck. We got into a debate about the cameras and the collision avoidance system. Not really a debate because he wasn't like arguing against it, but we were having a conversation about it, and I was telling him my thoughts on it and how I think it's absolutely ridiculous that they put all that crap in the truck and they claim that it's for safety. It's not for safety, it is for insurance costs. If they were doing stuff for safety, then they would do real things, like we would be using higher quality wiper blades, we would have better washer fluid that they were giving out instead of the cheapest shit imaginable. They're going cheap on things that, like premium wiper blades, the cost difference between like premium wiper blades and just like the cheapest shit imaginable, there's very little price difference between them. But they're so much safer. If they're increasing visibility, like the windshield washer fluid, I don't know if there's much of any price difference between the good Rain-X stuff and the cheap shit that they sell for a premium at the truck stops, which is the same crap that USA Truck hands out to their drivers. But it makes a really big difference in the visibility, which is a safety issue. It's makes it a lot more safe. Why is that guy driving with his four ways on? Maybe we're about to go into another rainstorm and he hasn't turned his four ways off from going slow back here. I still haven't gotten back up to 75. I've been bouncing between 60 and 70. just buy the cheapest wiper blades they can, the cheapest washer fluid they can. They just go cheap on absolutely everything, unless they're getting an insurance discount for it. They get an insurance discount for the cameras and for the collision avoidance systems, so they do that. Those are really expensive systems. So hopefully they're saving a ton of money on insurance for those things, because I can tell you that they don't really make the truck any safer. Now the camera systems and collision avoidance systems and all the monitoring equipment in the trucks, they probably do allow the company to find really bad drivers and get rid of them before they hopefully cause a multi-million-dollar accident. And I suspect that's the reason they have all that stuff in the trucks. Besides the insurance discounts, it's to try to find those really, really dangerous drivers that are going to cost them hundreds of millions of dollars in lawsuits. And they try to locate them and get rid of them before they can cost them, those hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm getting really irritated with these wiper blades. This truck, I think, was sitting on that lot for over 6 months, probably closer to like 8 months to a year. And wiper blades, even if they're not used, they degrade over time, just sitting out in the weather. And this truck's been sitting out in the weather, in the elements, in the heat, and in the cold. And so I doubt that they put brand new wiper blades on it when they sold it to me. So these wiper blades are probably like over a year old. So I definitely need to go give me some damn wiper blades. That'll be on my to-do list for this weekend. And I need to get that Rain-X windshield washer fluid. Like the whole trip. Maybe I'll just leave this video running all the way to Oklahoma City. That was not the original plan, but that's probably what I'll do. Thank him for flashing me over. He didn't flash his high beams at me like an asshole. Oh, and another thing, I think I might actually be, my next truck, I'm almost set that I'm going to go with Freightliner on my next truck. Bruckner's is a large part of the reason that I'm going to be switching to Freightliner. The Volvo dealer that I had to deal with to try to get some work done on the truck, I ended up not getting any of the work done because of how ridiculous they were on their prices and how they just sat around taking forever just to like give me a quote. They charged me $400 basically to give me a quote, and $4,000 is what the quote was to do some minor work on the truck, very minor work. Looks like we might be through the rain. I just noticed I was only going 64 miles an hour and climbing if that, because from Tulsa to Oklahoma City is only about an hour and a half drive. It's roughly 100 miles. Now I may be closer to Oklahoma City than I think, because it's been a while since Tulsa. But the edge of Oklahoma City versus City Trailer, there's a decent distance between those two. And normally what I would do is I would take the John Kilpatrick Turnpike around Oklahoma City to the City Trailer, because it's, really light traffic. There's not a whole lot of, it's a really nice road. It's so much better than taking 35 and 40 through the middle of town. Now that's what I would normally do as a company driver, because USA Trucking Fans are told, holy shit, a motorcycle out here in this rainstorm. There's a motorcycle headed the other direction. Man, am I just skirting the front edge of this storm? Because that was some swirling wind right there. What's with all these lights? Is there an accident? Construction? Okay, there's one semi, and looks like there are two or three maintenance trucks working on him. And there was an overweight flatbedder, oversized overweight flatbedder that had his all of his lights on. It looked like some big doings right there. And going 60 miles an hour instead of 75 is going to cut the time down a little bit. I'm going to let the water build up on the windshield for a second and see if it helps with these wiper blades. Nope, not helping at all. Passing me, and then the rain started. Now they're going about the same speed as me. As soon as the rain lets up, they're going to fly by me. Which I'm hoping the damn rain lets up. If I had to guess, I would say I'm probably within 30 miles of Oklahoma City. Can't check it without switching over my GPS. If I do that, it will stop the video. So, this is just going to be we'll mark this as a Tulsa to Oklahoma City driving video. I need to get a better camera to do driving videos. The rain's let up a little bit, and there goes one of those cars that was just chilling back there. Like a villain. I don't know if they still say that. 35 south, right lane exit to take I-35 north, and then keep going straight and you stay on the John Kilpatrick Turnpike. Now 44, which is what we're on right now, is going to go onto I-35 for a while, and then 44 splits off 35. I could take 44 around the city, but I think it's faster. The way Google tells me to go is to just stay on 35 and then take 40. I guess I could take 44, but I think 35 and 40 is going to be a much better road. 44 is a decent road. I'm familiar with a section of 44, but not the whole thing through town, because my commute to work, where I used to work at, was right at the intersection of I-40 and I-44, and I would take 44 south to get from my house to work. That guy's far enough over, I'm not going to switch lanes. That's a huge shoulder, and they're like way over at the right edge of it. I think they're off the shoulder, actually. They are. They only got, they're basically a lane over. So what else to talk about? Because once we make it to Oklahoma City, there's going to be lots of stuff going on. I'm going to be bitching and complaining about all the traffic and the people. There's probably not going to be bad traffic, but there's going to be a lot of people. A lot more than what there is right now. Oh, I see dry patches in the road, so good. We're starting to get to, you know what? Turn the cruise back on. Hopefully we're out of the rain. But yeah, once we get to the edge of Oklahoma City, it's probably going to be 30 minutes to make it from one side of Oklahoma City to the other, because it's, I want to say it's 20 to 30 miles from the edge of Oklahoma City to where I'm going to park the trailer at. Because where I'm parked the trailer at is on the very western edge of Oklahoma City. And we're going to be coming in from almost the opposite side of the city, so we're going to have to drive all the way across the city. Should be coming up on an Oklahoma City limit sign anytime, if I haven't missed it already. But this is like the Oklahoma City limit sign is like out in the country like it is right now, and you're going to drive for another 5 or 10 minutes before you actually start seeing the city. It's a huge city. Diablo 3. I'm going to start out with a Demon Hunter. And I'm going to get into the power leveling. I'm already a member of the power leveling clan. Not a clan, but it's just like a chat group in the game. It's a community channel. Okay, so there it is. We're at the junction of Oklahoma City. So it's a left exit to go on 35 south. I guess I missed the Oklahoma City limits sign because we're in Oklahoma City right now. It's going to be a left lane exit. I don't know if it's left lane only, but we're going to go ahead and get over it. dropped down to 65. Now it's dropping down to 55. Sorry, I'm just checking to see if there's anybody flying by me on the right. Let's take this exit. I meant to go on the John Kilpatrick Turnpike. The John Kilpatrick Turnpike is really nice for bypassing town. Like if you're going to go 40 west, then it's probably worth it to pay, especially if the company is paying for the damn tolls. It's probably worth it to take that turnpike and bypass town, because you're about to see town traffic. Like, it's not going to be very bad right now. And there's like hardly anybody out on the roads, but I'm merging on. There's a bunch of vehicles behind me. I can't move over because I'm getting overtaken by a bunch of vehicles. Well, I was going really slow. And I'm slowly getting back up to speed because that was a 35 mile per hour exit. But because I was going so slow, I got four-wheelers passing me on the right. There was a truck in that lane as well. I'm only going 62. I still haven't gotten up to speed yet. The speed limit's 70. And this four-wheeler's barely passing me. This four-wheeler's going like 65. I'm getting up to speed. He's speeding up with me. Up to 69, and we're pretty much going the same speed. No, he's speeding up. He's still. No, now he's slowing down. I'm going 70. He's not using cruise. He's just trying to stay in front of me. Hey, jackass like this. So I'm going to speed up to like 73 and get him to speed up with me, and then I'm going to slow down. There we go. He sped up with me to 73. Now I'm slowed back down to 69. Now we'll move over. I hope he stays going. He's not. He didn't stay up at like 75. He slowed back down because I slowed down to 65 on that hill, and I'm catching up with him again. Fucking hate people like this. He's just like, I was 65, now I'm up to like 72. He's just maintaining the same speed I am, basically. This is the reason that traffic clumps happen, is because people just speed match. I'm just gonna get back out in the left lane because I don't like being this close to him. And every time I slow down, he slows down with me. Every time I speed up, he speeds up with me. I've been bouncing between 65 and like 73. So there's the 44 split right here, where 44 is going to take off on its own, and it's going to hit Hefner Parkway, and then it's going to run into I-40. So I could hop off right here and take 44 over to 40, or I could just stay on 35 south and hit 40. And Google has always told me that it's better to stay on 35 south. Alright, speed limit's down to like 55, and if I remember correctly, there's a decent little turn up here, so we're decelerating. But now that I've got distance between me and this guy, now he's slowing down. I'm down to 60 miles an hour, and he's slowed all the way down to 60 with me. Now he's hitting his fucking brakes. Like, I hate people like this. Like, it doesn't matter what fucking speed I go, he's just gonna sit there in front of me. Now he's just drifting lanes. once we got into Oklahoma City. Now he's drifted over and back into the right lane. He's probably drunk. This is a sign of a drunk driver. Can't maintain lane, drifting around in lanes, and can't maintain speed. Speed fluctuates greatly. So this is July 4th weekend, and that's probably a drunk driver right there. I'm doing everything I can to try to build up distance between us. And what's going to be great is if another car gets near him, he'll start speed matching them, and hopefully that car will be going really fast, and they'll pull him away from me. But it looks like he's made it far enough away from me that he's no longer speed matching me, because he can't see me very well. So I'm able to build up distance now. I'm slowed down to like 60 miles an hour. I think speed limit's 60 through here. And he sees the cars in front of him, and he's trying to catch up with them, so he's sped up. There he goes, drifting over into another lane, no indicator. Yeah, I would be willing to throw down some money that that's a drunk driver. He's not so drunk that he's wobbling around in the lane, but I'd be willing to bet that he's drunk. He would not pass a breathalyzer. So traffic is pretty damn light. Traffic is going to pick up quite a bit once we hit I-40, but I-40 has so many damn lanes that it should the increased traffic will hardly be noticeable. Wow, it looks like daytime out there with all the light on the camera. It's not that bright to me. I see some fireworks going off straight ahead. We're going 61 and a 60, and I'm catching up with the cars in front of me. So the I-40 junction's in 2.25 miles. So I-40 is like a lot of lanes through Oklahoma City. It's 6-8 lanes. I can't remember how many at its widest. That's just one side. You kind of want to stay over to the left if you're going to continue on I-40 westbound. What the hell are these? He threw on his left turn signal and moved over to the right-hand lane. This is what I'm telling you, man. This is July 4th weekend. Bad drivers are the norm. Distracted drivers are the norm. And drunk drivers on the July 4th weekend there's a lot of them. So you're dealing with people who are normally bad drivers that are worse right now because they're drunk. So I'm being really cautious right now and trying to keep an eye out for anybody who looks super stupid drunk. And I don't want to linger next to vehicles, and I want to be very cautious of splits like this. Watching these vehicles to see if they're reading those signs right now, and they're sitting there thinking, oh shit, I need to be over in that lane. You gotta be really careful with these vehicles. Yeah, it looks like they stayed in that lane and took 40 east. We want to take 40 west. This is a pretty good little exit right here to get on 40. If I remember correctly, we don't want to get up too much speed because it's got here's the beginning of the turn in it. Got a decent little whip here at the end of it. Oh, a bump and a whip. once we get on the other side of 35, I think is whenever we pick up a ton of lanes. We're at 4 lanes right now. 35 south is a left-hand exit. This jackass is going to do a 5-lane jump to take 35 south exit. See, this is the kind of stupid. Fucking idiots. Just going to drift across 5 lanes to take an exit. So he's driving in a third world country or something. I'm going to go ahead and stay in this lane because I think we pick up 1 or 2 lanes on the left. And you want to stick with the left if you're wanting to stay on I-40 west. Right over here is where we're about to pick up a whole bunch of lanes. I might actually want to be 1 lane over, but I don't want to jump over there yet. Because there's going to be a whole bunch of people merging over on the right, and they're just going to be whipping out the lanes. They just see all the lanes they had over on the right side, and they still whipped out like 2-3 lanes. How fast I'm going. Cars, speed limit is 60 through here. I am going 70, and traffic is moving faster than me. Now, if I remember correctly, it's this lane and the lane just to the right of me are the 2 lanes that continue going forward on I-40 whenever we get to the huge split at 44. So once we enter the 44 junction in 2 miles, this far left lane is going to go 44 west or south, and then the 2 right lanes are going to go 44 east, and I think this lane and the lane to my right are going to continue going straight. And we're going to grab a left lane, which is going to end once we get on the other side of 44. Well, we're going to go down 2 lanes to 44 junction, and then once we get to the other side of 44, there's going to be a left lane merge on, and that lane's only going to last like a half a mile, and then we're going to pick up a new right-hand lane. So I want to be in the lane just 1 to the right of me. But you got to be really careful with switching lanes at these junctions, because all these people are probably not familiar with what's going on here, and they're gonna, at the last second, as they're reading the signs, they're gonna want to switch lanes. So I'm in the lane that I want to be in. This is going to be the middle lane once we get to the other side of 44, and that's the lane I want to be in. Traffic is actually going to be worse than it is right now once we get onto the other side of 44. Believe it or not, traffic is always worse. I think it's because there's only 3 lanes, whereas everywhere else there's like 5-6 lanes. So we have 2 lanes going 44 east, 1 lane going 44 west, and then these 2 lanes go forward. We're going to pick up 2 more lanes on the other side, but the left lane that we get is only going to last like a half a mile to a mile. And this should be the middle lane. And hopefully traffic is not crazy. I hope I hit a nice big big, wide open traffic area because I've got like 5 miles until we get to City Trailer. Damn, you see that low-ride truck? Every time he hits one of these bridges, he bottoms out and sparks fly everywhere. Alright, so far we're lucky, and we're kind of in between traffic clumps. But this is a really busy area of the city. Lots of stores and stuff. So there's going to be a lot of cars coming on and off the exits. And this is the ghetto. To my right, oh shit, do you see these fuckers doing like 3-lane jumps to take these exits? Dumbasses. That's the ghetto right there, and that's probably where that lowrider lives. There's a fire truck with his lights on, probably going to go put out some explosives, giving us some kids. I'm going to go ahead and actually get into that right-hand lane because traffic is unusually nice right now. This is pretty good traffic, but yeah, this whole area is kind of ghetto. There's a lot of industrial stuff over here, but it's also really, really ghetto. The Northwest 10th area, Northwest 10th Street, in this area right here, like Northwest 10th and between MacArthur and Rockwell, right around Rockwell. Northwest 10th and Rockwell, which is, Rockwell is the next exit, and then the exit that I want is Council. Actually, it's Morgan Road is the exit I'm going to take, which is another exit or two past Rockwell. This is one of the things that makes this part of the drive suck, is these people that are just driving around in town. They'll get on the interstate and go slow as shit. Alright, this one luckily sped up. Probably just on here for 1 or 2 exits, but they'll get on here and cruise like 45 miles an hour for their one exit that they're taking. Yep, there he is. He's just on here for a half mile. But yeah, that just to the right of me is probably the center of the ghetto, or maybe it's a little bit further back. I can't remember. But Northwest 10. Like all to the right of me, Northwest 10th Street is like a half a mile north of where I'm at. And so this is Council. I don't want Council, I want Morgan Road, which is the exit after this one. It's really, really ghetto. Here's a factory outlet shopping center thing to my right. I've heard that you can get some decent deals there, but I heard they're nothing in comparison to the factory outlet stores in Texas. This is the west side of town. We're approaching the edge of town. Right around where I'm going to exit at is pretty much the edge of town. There's not much to the town west of where I'm going to be exiting on Morgan Road. You know what I'll do is I'm going to keep this video rolling all the way up through parking the truck. The trailer. They're going to have me park it along the fence. That's like 90% of the times where they have me park it at. And they'll probably just wave me through whenever I come in. Hopefully it's the guy that I normally deal with on nights and weekends. Jackasses. Run up in front of me and slam on their brakes so they can take a fucking exit. There's nothing behind me. They could have just gotten in behind me, but no. Run up, slam on the brakes. Fucking hate people. So we're gonna take this right, and I'm gonna whip out into the far left lane because I'm gonna be making a left at not the first light but the second light. Let's get way over here to the left. Alright, there is nothing coming in the other direction. Alright, FedEx is going to the TA. Truck stop that is to the right. TA is to the left. There's another truck stop to the right. There's like 2 more truck stops on the other side of the interstate. And here we go. Start doing our turn. There, it's just right up here on the left. All the truck stops are right there. We just passed them all. That TA where FedEx pulled in, that's where I scale and get fuel. Right here to the left is City Trailer, where I park at, right, the secure drop-off yard. And then up there at that light that you can see, I don't know if you can see it, there's a light up ahead that's red right now. You turn right at that light and about a half mile north, that's where the Niagara Bottled Water place is at. So this is like a really prime area of where I do a lot of stuff. This is where I park my trailer. Oh, and the place I'm delivering is about a mile behind where I'm at. It's off of this road that I was just driving on, and it's about a mile in the other direction. It's really close to this. Hello.
I'm still not used to your red.
I think this might be the first time that you've been here that I've had it.
I've never seen you parked over there before with it.
Yeah. I only got it like a couple weeks ago.
So I pay whenever you leave?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I have a delivery at T&W Tires Tuesday morning at like 7 a.m. So I'll probably be over here right around 6, 7 a.m. to pick it up.
Okay, gotcha.
And I don't know if I'm gonna park it back over here when I'm done or not. Or
They got plenty of room on the fence line down there.
Okay.
There's hardly anything over there.
Yeah, I noticed all those tankers were gone when I picked up the trailer last time.
Yeah, all those Geminis have been leaving. They're selling all those.
Oh wow.
Crude oil division shut down.
Oh
And they
wow.
brought them all here to store and get rid of them. So.
Damn. All right. Well, I'll park it over there. I'll be back in a minute. Thanks, sir. All right. Take my seatbelt off. And I like to hang way over to the right because there's kind of a big drop off, like a 4-inch drop off in the middle where this concrete, where it hits the dirt, there's a pretty damn big drop off in the middle. So I like to hang way over here to the right. There's still a drop off, but it's not as bad. And the fence line is straight ahead where that light's at, is where the fence is at. And I'm basically just going to park at an angle along that fence line. That's where they've had me parking the last, I don't know, several times. When I first started parking here, they were having me park in these normal spots, like over to the left of me. But what's going to suck is hopefully there's somebody else parked along the fence line so I can see what angle I need to park at, because I don't want to have to create my own angle. Oh, are you kidding? Okay, never mind. I thought somebody was parked straight down the fence line, but no, that's on the street on the other side of the fence. I was like, what a dumbass. Okay, yeah, there are people parked along the fence line. So that's good. So I'll just be able to angle along with these other people. So I'll put it right up against this trailer right here. Now that guy, I'm going to have to keep an eye out for his landing gear handle. He left that out there. Alright, we'll whip back this way. And we should be at a pretty damn... Oh, that's perfect. You know what? It might actually just be a little bit too close, honestly. Let's turn it back this way. I don't want to get too terribly close to the guy. Yeah, that's perfect. I got lined up just about perfect. Cut it back in a little bit, and then bam. Yeah. I can't tell exactly how far away from him I am. I think I'm like 3 or 4 feet away from him, which is about perfect. I think I'm at the same damn angle he is. I hope I am. Alright, so I don't want to get into the grass. See my back tires. I can barely see my back tires. Let's see. Right there. Alright, let me just get out and just check and see how I'm looking, see if this is where I want to leave it. Exact same angle as this person. I'm a little off on their ankle. I'm a little tighter, but I'm like 2 inches away from the curb. So this is about perfect. Let's go ahead and pop the trailer air brake, and let me actually unhook this and. I don't know how well it's going to work, but try to put that right there. Yeah, that's about as good as I'm going to be able to do it. I'm gonna log my post trip. And go into personal conveyance for the drive home. And that's Bruckner's. That's the right across the street there. That's that shitty dealership that I made that video about. That charged me $400 to tell me what I already knew. Oh my God, I'm still furious about that. But yeah, that's them. That's Bruckner's right across the street there. It's like all the truck stop stuff is right here in this area. All the trucking things. That is such a beautiful truck. I even like USA Trucks trailers. They're pretty trailers. I like the design on them. Turn the work light off. And we're ready to go. You know, I might actually leave this on for the drive all the way to my house. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to plug it in because the plug kind of like holds it. Since this thing isn't latching properly, the plug like kind of keeps it from what's the deal? Was that in frame before? I don't think that was in frame before. Was it this far out to where you couldn't see it? Or has that always been in frame? The holder plug thing. Alright, we'll leave it right there. Alright, so let's do DVIR. Certify and inspect the tractor. Post-trip. No defects, we're good. And then trailer, certify, inspect, certify previous inspection, post-trip. No defects, we're good. Yay, my tablet's working faster now. It was really sluggish earlier. Okay, now let's go to hours of service. I'm gonna go off duty, view exemptions, start personal conveyance, going home. Apply that. You have to put in an annotation or a note whenever you use any of the exemption statuses. Let's go ahead and drop the airbags. Turn off our interior light. Put the belt on. Parking brake off. We're in gear. Let's crack the window just a little bit. Nice and smooth right out from underneath there. Airbags back in. And we're going to make our way to the house. I'm going to take the toll road to get to the house just because, yeah, I could save some money. By not taking the toll road, but I dread not taking the toll road. The toll road's just, there's no traffic on it at all, and the Northwest Expressway is the main road to get to my house, and I think it's a highway. The damn thing is so, oh my God, it's so busy. There's like every restaurant imaginable, every store imaginable, multiples of them on Northwest Expressway. And so there's a ton of people that are going there to eat or to shop, or there's a lot, just tons and tons of businesses up and down Northwest Expressway. So it's I don't really want to deal with driving as much as I do. Coming at it from the west side, which is the side that I come at when I take the turnpike, is not as bad because traffic starts to lighten up right around the place where I turn to go to my house off Northwest Expressway. That's where traffic starts to get lighter. So I don't want to deal with the heavy traffic on the east side of Northwest Expressway and dealing with, I-44, Hefner Parkway. Basically, the other way is tons and tons of traffic and stuff. It's a pain in the ass. So I'm just going to give this guy a wave. He'll give me the heads up that I'm good to go or whatever. We're good. Alright. Yeah, the toll road, even though it cost me, I want to say, this little 5 miles probably cost me like $8. I'll have to check whenever I get my bill for tolls and see how much they're charging me. Since I'm not hauling a trailer, they may not be charging me too terribly much. Because I've only got 3 axles, and they charge by axle. So I might only be paying like $2. Now $8 is pushing it. That's like, man, that's a lot of money. And I'm kind of like, there's one drop of water that was in the middle of the damn thing. I don't really feel comfortable with spending $8. If it was more than 8, if it was like $12 or $15, then I would probably go the other way. I could also just take Rockwell straight north, Rockwell Avenue, but that's a lot of lights. It's I don't know how many miles, 6 to 8 miles north of here. Imagine doing that on city streets, 6 to 8 miles on city streets. There's just a lot of lights. Now this is where Niagara is at. Niagara bottled water is, I don't know if it's I think it's not the first plant over on the right, which I don't even think you can see. I've got the camera turned pretty far to the left so that you're not staring at the mount on the window. But it's not this first plant, it's the second plant, or distribution center, whatever. The turn-in for Niagara for the trucks is not this street right here, but the next one. Yeah, right here. This one right here is to turn into Niagara bottled water. This is some skinny road right here. No shoulder, 2-lane road. And whenever I leave Niagara, they always open the gate. Like right here's the exit. They always open the inside gate to let you know that they want you to leave on the inside gate. Ooh, it looks like somebody hit that gate and knocked it off. There was no inside gate. Oh, there's a car behind me. I'm probably pissing them off because I'm, just kind of got to slow down for this railroad track. This thing is rough. But they always open the gate like they want you to take the inside because there's it's a 2-lane exit. Well, I always jump into the right side, and they'll go ahead and open up that right side gate for me when I do that. But I always want to jump into the right side because it's such a tight left-hand turn right there. I want to be in that right-hand lane to do it. So this is Sarah Road. There's like 2 or 3 pretty big distribution center things up and down this road right here that we just passed. There's probably more than 2 or 3. There's quite a few of them. But this is Northwest 10th. This is the street that's pretty much the marker of the ghetto. And we're going to take a left here at Northwest 10th, and we're going to get on the turnpike. Looks like we just missed the damn light. There it goes, it's going through the cycle. We're going to take a left and then pretty much an immediate right. Swing wide in the right-hand lane because this guy really wants to get around me, and I don't want him passing me on the right, and then I can't get over to the right to take this exit. So this is probably going to pass me on the left to take this exit. Or he's just going to go straight. your bobtail, you want to take these turns real nice and slow because I didn't get the thank you sign. Maybe I'll get lucky, they won't charge me. Maybe the lights out. The even bobtail, these trucks are still top heavy. Take this for about 5 or 6 miles, and just on the other side of the toll plaza, as soon as we go through the toll plaza, I'm going to take that exit. That exit's going to be Northwest Expressway. And then we'll drive down Northwest Expressway for 3 or 4 miles, and then take a left onto Rockwell, and that'll basically be going to my house. Starting to get an idea of what all this, the routes and the interstates I'm driving on all the time. I'm starting to remember some stuff about them. There's somebody shooting off fireworks. Looks like a Roman candle over to the left. Starting to remember a lot of this stuff that I'm driving on. Probably gonna start getting pissed off about how, they're probably not too worried about me parking the truck there on occasion, but I just had the truck parked in front of my house for 2 weeks, and now it's only been 3 or 4 days, and it's gonna be parked there again for 3 days. Neighbors are probably gonna start getting a little irritated. I don't think it's 75. It might be 75. I think that's the speed limit sign we're coming up on. Maybe. Yeah, it's 70. Much better than if I took the other 2 routes I could have taken. One was to basically take Rockwell, a city street, straight north all the way to my house, and that would be stopping at stoplights constantly and driving 40 miles an hour for 8 miles through the city. The other option would be to take I-40 all the way over to 44, then take that north, take 44 north to Northwest Expressway, and then take Northwest Expressway 5 or 6 miles west. So it would be a huge detour, way out of the way, whereas this is pretty much going straight north, almost straight north. It's a little bit to the northwest, so it's not quite straight. And then, I just drive to the east about 3 miles and end up, right there at my house. So it's a very direct route. It just really sucks that it's a damn toll road. So here's the toll plaza, and just on the other side of the toll plaza is going to be our exit. And we're gonna, basically where we exit at is the start of Northwest Expressway. It's some highway to the west, and then it starts Northwest Expressway right where we get off at. And I think that's where it becomes 3 lanes. And we're just going to drive that down for a couple of miles to Rockwell, the street that I live off of, and then turn left on it, and then we're going to take Rockwell north about 1 mile, and then turn left into my neighborhood. What time is it? It is 12:48, almost 1 a.m. What the hell? I thought I was supposed to get here at midnight. I don't remember any huge delay. Oh, yeah. I was supposed to get to City Trailer at approximately midnight. So I got to City Trailer, what, about 20 minutes ago? 20 to 30 minutes ago? Does that guy flash his fucking brights at me? I don't have my brights on, bro. So yeah, I didn't get there right at midnight. I got there a little after midnight. Probably about 12:15 or so is when I got to City Trailer. 12:20. So I'm kind of on schedule. I'm running a little bit later than I estimated, but my estimation was ballpark, and I did hit some bad weather. Alright, we are good to go to make a right on red. Actually, I'm about to get the green light anyway. There it is. So I'm going to stay in this left lane. We're going to gain another lane here in a second, and it's going to start. It's going to begin Northwest Expressway. I don't know if this is technically considered Northwest Expressway yet. I think it is. We're just going to stay in this left lane, because I'm going to be making a left-hand turn up the road a bit, and I don't really want to deal with all of there's tons of cars pulling in and off of the road, and I don't want to deal with those damn people coming in and off the road. The Chevy dealership, and just on the other side that's the Nissan dealership. That's where I did not buy my car there. I bought my car in Edmond, which is on the north side of Oklahoma City. But I got it serviced. One time I've had it serviced, I had it serviced here, and I think it's called ORR Nissan, and their service center is terrible. Like that dealership in general, I just cannot stand them. Borderline incompetent. So I'm going to take the time to drive it over to the other dealership in Edmond where I bought it at for future maintenance, because these people are just dumbasses. I normally do maintenance myself on my personal vehicles, like my motorcycle. I clean my own chain. I sold the motorcycle. I don't have it anymore. But when I did have it, I would, change the oil on it. I cleaned my chain. I kept up with all the routine maintenance on the bike. On my Ford Escape that I had before this, I changed the oil. And what else? That's about all the routine maintenance that I did. Tire pressure, of course, but change the oil. I did the just routine maintenance of maintaining the fluids and changing the fluids. But this Nissan 370Z, oh my God, this thing is a pain in the ass to work on, to change the oil. Okay, first of all, the thing's only about 3 inches off the damn ground, so you can't crawl underneath it. Yeah, I could get a jack and jack it up, but I would have to jack up both sides of the car. I would have to have 2 jacks, and I would have to get it up onto ramps and stuff to get it to where I could get underneath there to change the oil. Okay, that's not a huge deal. I would have to buy the equipment to do that. It would cost me probably a couple $100, but I would be able to do all my future oil changes. Well, I thought about doing that, and then I looked at the process to change the oil on it, and there is a huge piece of plastic underneath the engine, some kind of deflector, some type of a shield protection thing. It's like Star Trek The Next Generation or something. It's like a deflector shield. And it's held in by, like, I don't know, 20 bolts that you have to remove to get to the bottom of the engine to drain the oil. So I didn't want to deal with removing that shit. Like, that's just too much of a pain in the ass. So I just decided it's a lot better to just pay somebody else to do it. In all honesty, you're only paying them like $30 to do it because of the cost of the oil. And my car takes a special kind of ester oil that I think you're supposed to use the oil, like there's a special oil that Nissan makes for the car. And that's what you're supposed to use in it. And I think they charge a lot of money for it. So the cost of that oil, oh my goodness, what we got going on here? Police chase. I didn't see him chasing anybody. Three cops. I did not see whatever it was that they were going after. I don't see any more cops around here. This street is really dead. Like, there is nobody. This is normally a really, really busy street. It is 1 a.m. though, so. And this is a hairpin turn. This isn't even a right. This isn't like a 90-degree turn. That was like a 45-degree turn. This street is at an angle. It's a hell of a turn. Almost home. We're getting there. And there's specific streets that I have to go in and out to get to my house. I don't know if I have to. I could probably drive on other streets, but I take two specific streets that are wider than all of the other streets. They are much wider than the other streets, so. And there's a lot less street parking on them. Like, the street parking on some of the narrower streets is so bad that I can barely fit in between cars in my 370Z. Alright, we're going to go nice and slow. In here. And we're in my hood now. What's up? Throw a sign. It's the Eagle Lakes gang. I have to drive down the middle of the road. If I get over on the right, I'll hit tree branches. Especially in the turn. There's a turn to the right coming up, and it's a pretty sharp turn. And there's a big tree that overhangs that turn, and I pretty much have to be in the left lane for that turn. So I have to approach this turn really slow and make sure there's no oncoming traffic, and then I have to get out in the left lane. And you have to be really careful because the neighborhood north of me uses this street as a cut through. And they'll go like 50, 60 miles an hour down this street to get up to the neighborhood north of me. It's like some kind of fucking super speedway through here. I'm going 22 miles an hour. And I kid you not, all day, every day, there's people going 60 miles an hour up and down this road. Alright. else to my house. See anything. Ooh, looks like my lawn guy mowed today. Nice fresh cut grass. I want to get close. I don't want to bump it. I bumped it. Alrighty, let's switch over to stop personal conveyance, and we're off duty. So we're good. And let's go ahead and power off. I'm going to power off the tablet because last time this thing had shut down due to overheating while it was sitting in here. Alright, so grab my wallet, and I'm going to use my garage door opener to get into the house. And let me go ahead and grab my keys. Put my keys up here. Where the hell did I put my keys at? I swear I put my keys right up here. Oh no, they're up here. Just make sure that garage door is opening. Yep, garage door is opening. I'm going to go ahead and leave the garage door opener in here because I have other garage door openers. Alright, let's turn this off and make sure that the APU. Yep, the APU is off right now, and it has the battery monitor listed as on. Got the door open. Forgot to throw that bag of trash away at the truck stop when I was there. I have to throw it away here at the house. I'm just gonna throw my laundry or my shower bag. There's nothing fragile in there. I just throw that out onto the ground. Put the 2 gallons of milk here on the seat. Meatloaf. Let's turn the light off. Grab my phone. Let's turn the light off in here. Alright. I should probably do 2 trips, but you know, I'm a guy. 1 trip. You know what? I actually will do 2 trips. Because I can't carry all this and the camera in 1 trip. Okay, so I'll leave that door open. Let's get the shower bag. And I'll bring the meatloaf with me. I'll come back for the milk. And I'll end the video here in just a second. Garage door open. Alright, so that's it. That's Mount Vernon, Missouri to
My house in Oklahoma City. Put this in the fridge. Ooh, that fajita stuff is still good. And the eggs are, I just bought those a couple of days ago. I bought them on Monday. It's Friday, well, it's Saturday now. So, all right, well, that's the video. This is one of my favorite things, this Wolfgang Puck, this pressure cooker oven. That's one of my favorite things ever. It's so much better than microwaving. Not everybody has a wheelbarrow in their living room. I use it for firewood. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all the way from Mount Vernon to turn this around to me. Mount Vernon to Oklahoma City, and I'm at home now. Now I'm gonna go start up the computer, play some Diablo, do some laundry, take a shower, all that good stuff, and then I have a ton of tax crap that I have to do. Get all my paperwork in order, and I can't remember everything else. But thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.